Talking about your money this morning, and I'm sure many of you have heard about compound interest, but maybe you don't fully understand the impact of it on your finances. Stewart Welch joins us from the Welch Group to explain how it can be your best friend and your worst enemy. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Well, first of all, let's talk about how it can be positive. And we both know from savings accounts years ago, when you actually could get a lot of interest, you can really start to save up a decent amount of money, right?
I think that's right, Mike. First of all, compounding interest, people hear about it, but they don't really, a lot of people don't understand it. And compound interest is, Einstein said, the eighth wonder of the world. But it is, you earn, like you put money in a CD at a bank, you earn, and let's say you put $1,000, you're earning interest on that $1,000. Right. But like the next year, you're earning interest on the $1,000, plus you're earning interest on the interest that you earned the prior year. Right. And so people think about when they're earning interest, they think about it as a line that's moving like this, when actually what happens is that line will begin to curve because of compounding. It begins to bend upward.
It's growth upon growth, right?
It's growth upon growth.
Right.
And so what is critical is that you get started, that you get compound interest working for you. And the problem that we have right now is since 2008, interest rates have gotten really, really low. Right. So the traditional concept of compound interest isn't very helpful when you're compounding at 1%.
Okay, so CDs, we know those aren't going to be great right now because the interest rates are still low. Savings accounts are still low. But what about mutual funds? You know that you have interest in there. If you get started there, as long as they stay in the positive category, you're going to, over the long term, get compounding interest there, right?
Yeah, I like to talk about what I call compounding's rich uncle. And there I want to get really specific because I want to talk about like blue chip stocks. A great example is Procter & Gamble. They're paying 3%, but what's important, they paid 3%. They've not missed their dividend for over 100 years. And for the last 59 years, they've been raising the dividend every year. Okay. So what happens is you get that dividend, you reinvest it in the company, you're getting the benefit of compound interest, but also as that dividend begins to rise, you're also going to have stock price rise over time. So it's rich uncle. But then there's the evil twin. Yeah, conversely, it can really damage your finances.
It can really damage your finances. Here's how that works. You actually borrow money, and compounding's still working, but now it's working against you. So the best example is like a credit card at 21%. If you kept an outstanding balance of, say, $1,000, the interest that you would owe on that would be equal to $1,000 in a little over 3 years. So compound interest can enslave you or it can free you. That's great perspective right there when you think about it in those monetary terms. And the bottom line there, pay off your statement balance every month, right? And get it working for you. Get it working for you. All right, Stewart Welch, some good advice here on compounding interest. Hope that works for you guys there at home as well.